Okay, we are ready to go. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Welcome. Good afternoon to everybody. I'd like to call a regular meeting of the McLean County Board this Thursday, July 13th, 2023, to order. Please rise for the invocation or a moment of silence by Member Klein. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Porter County Clerk, please call the roll.
Jack Abraham,
Present.
Corey Byrne,
Present.
Beverly Bell,
Present.
Jeannie Biles,
Present.
Lindsay Bloomfield, Leah Klein,
Present.
Chuck Erickson, William John Friedrich, absent, Elizabeth Johnston, Val Lehman,
Present.
Catherine Metzger,
Present.
Adam Reeves, Jim Rogal,
Here.
Natalie Roseman Mendoza,
Here.
Susan Schaefer,
Here.
James Solner, Jeff Tompkins, George Wendt. George,
He's going to join us, so that's fine.
okay, George Wendt's here, Crystal Abel, and John McIntyre.
Here, we have 20 members present and, no, I'm sorry, have 19 members present, one absent, and we do have a quorum. Having conducted the opening roll call and declared a quorum is of people that are physically present, I'd like to inform the board that Member Wendt has requested to participate remotely under the County Board Rule 20-20 in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. A notice was received from Member Wendt in accordance with our rules. Does anyone object to allowing Member Wendt from participating remotely? Hearing none, then we will include Mr. Wendt in the roll and in the meeting. Welcome, Mr. Wendt, and we'll consider him present. Thank you. We don't have any members of the public, item 5, that have applied to speak in reference to an agenda item tonight. You have a consent agenda before you. Let's see. Motion by Member Rogal. Is there a second? Second by Member Erickson.
No,
I'm sorry.
not yet.
Okay.
I want to pull something.
All right. I'll get to you. We got a couple other things with it.
Okay.
Second by Member Schaefer. We have, first of all, let me point out that item D, we have no transfer ordinances to vote on tonight, so that's fine. And item E1B will be, we have two people from Illinois State University that are members who have requested abstentions for request approval of the event management on B. Member Klein, Member Johnston. Okay. Now, Member Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to pull from the consent agenda item 6E5B, request approval of a resolution authorizing chairman of the board to sign a contract for the electrical supply for all McLean County facilities.
Okay. That is item 5B, which is on page 119 and 120, and that will be brought up then at the Property Committee. Got it? Okay, fine. Anyone else have anything on the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a vote to approve as things have been amended. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion has passed. We'll go on. We have approval of a resolution of congratulations and accommodations, if you'll refer with me to page 154 in your packet. This is for Scott Lachlan, former radio host and well-known personality and contributor in this community. And it says, whereas Scott Lachlan was hired by WJBC in the year 2000 to host the afternoon show and to transition to the morning show, and whereas Scott Lachlan served WJBC in our community admirably with honor and distinction for 19 years, and whereas Scott Lachlan was not only the voice of Bloomington Normal, but the voice of McLean County and all of Central Illinois region, and whereas Scott Lachlan's service and participation in so many social programs supported and immensely helped many citizens of our county, whereas Scott Lachlan was an award-winning radio announcer who was respected not only by his thousands of listeners, but by his colleagues and peers, including many highly respected former morning show hosts who preceded him. If you didn't know some of them, they all spoke very highly, speak highly of Scott and all that he has done. Now, therefore, be it resolved that this county, McLean County Board, and the citizens of McLean County extend their wholehearted thanks to Scott Lachlan for his commitment and faithful service to the citizens of McLean County. And be it further resolved that the McLean County Board hereby directs the county clerk to prepare a certified copy of this resolution to be presented to Scott Lachlan with our sincere congratulations, adopted by the McLean County Board this 13th day of July 2023. Some of you might not have known Scott if you haven't been in the community long enough, but he was someone who has done so much for this community. I personally, of course, have known him. They had Scott Lachlan Day on July 5th, which the radio station sponsored, in which many people in the community participated, including myself. They named the Salvation Army Bell Ringer Award for him because he was always so great in promoting things and raising money, not only for the Salvation Army, but so many. Scott, if you didn't know him personally, for a radio talk show person, wasn't really keen about some politics. But I talked with him, and he did volunteer as a commitment to this community and to this board to serve on the Red, White, and Blue Redistricting Committee for us and as a favor to the county board. He was a friend of the county and a friend of all of us. So thank you. And still is. And Scott, if you're listening, or if you get this on YouTube, buddy, get in there. We'll see you. Okay. Let's go on. Bills have been approved already as part of the consent agenda. So we're going to report of standing committees, Executive Committee Vice Chair Johnston.
Thank you, Chair. The Executive Committee has one item presented for action. It is item 7A1A, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2023 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Fund 0163, and I so move.
Motion by Vice Chair Johnson. Is there a second? Second by Member Abraham. Any comments or questions? Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion passed.
Okay, and we have no more items for action, and our general report can be found in the unapproved minutes, pages 29 through 33.
Thank you very much. Let's go on to the Finance Committee. Chair Metzger.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. The Finance Committee brings two items forward. 7B1A, receive, accept, and place on file the popular annual financial report, the PAFR, effective December 31st, 2022, and I so move.
Motion by Chair Metzger, second by Member Bloomfield. Any comments, questions, Member Metzger?
I just want to encourage all of our county board members and the public to access this report. It is a fine report that summarizes in very simple terms the financial aspects of the county, how our taxes are spent, where most of it's coming from, and it's a very comprehensive report, and it's worth a quick read, for sure.
This is something our county auditor helped originate, and she has done a great job with it, and it helps really make it clarify a number of issues. If you read through it, it's always good to have.
And I know the
Thank you.
treasurer also helps with that report, so we've got, kind of that combined effort between two departments, so we certainly appreciate that, so thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Then all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And it's passed.
Our next item is 7B1B, receive, accept, and place on file the outside auditor's report, including the annual comprehensive financial report for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2022, and I so move.
Motion by Chair Metzger, second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? Discussion.
I-
Member Metzger.
I do also want to acknowledge that this report has been, our treasurer received accommodations for this report. And so, again, it's another report that has been recognized as exemplary by other people, and so I wanted to acknowledge that. But that is a large report, and it is available online.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go on to the Health Committee report. Chairman Schaefer.
I think we
I'm
need to vote
sorry.
yet.
Oh, I didn't take a vote. I'm sorry. All in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And the motion has passed. Thank you.
We have no other items, and our general report can be found in the unapproved meeting minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll go on to the Health Committee report. Chairman Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee has no items for action today, and our general report can be found on pages 17 through 20 of the unapproved minutes packet.
Thank you very much. Let's go on to item D. Justice Committee, Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has 7 items for action. The first item is item 7D1A. Request approval of an ordinance by the McLean County Board amending Chapter 205 fees, Article VI, use of county morgue in the McLean County Code, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Bell. Comments or questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion has passed.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to combine items 7D1B, C, and D.
Is there any objection for the combination of items B, C, and D? Hearing none, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee brings items 7D1B, C, and D. Item 7D1B, request approval of a Violent Crime Victims Assistance Program grant agreement with the County of McLean State's Attorney's Office, grant number 241070. Item 7D1C, request approval of the Violent Crime Victims Assistance Program grant agreement between the Office of the Attorney General and County of McLean CASA, grant 24-1065. And item 7D1D, request approval of the Violent Crime Victims Assistance Program grant agreement between the Office of the Attorney General and County of McLean, CAC, grant 24-1030. And I so move.
Motion to accept items B, C, and D by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Johnston. Comments or questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion's passed.
Mr. Chairman, the next item on the agenda is item 7D1E, request approval of a grant agreement between Illinois Association of Court-Appointed Special Advocates and County of McLean, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Klein. Comments or questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion has passed.
Next item on the agenda, Mr. Chairman, is item 7D1F, request approval of a grant agreement between Children's Advocacy Centers of Illinois and Children's Advocacy Center of McLean County, number 221203, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Bell. Comments or questions? Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, same sign. And the motion's passed.
Last item on the agenda is item 7D1G, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2023 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Fund 0452 Metcom, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second, any new seconds there? Second by Member Abraham. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Motion's carried.
Mr. Chairman, the Justice Committee has no other items for action. Our general report can be found on pages 6 through 11 of the unapproved minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go on to the report of the Property Committee. Chair Lehman.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The Property Committee has one item to be presented for action this evening. That was an item that was pulled from the consent agenda. It was formerly found on the consent agenda as item 6E5B, which will now become item 7E1A. That item is the request approval of a resolution authorizing chairman of the board to sign a contract for the electrical supply, selecting the most responsible, reasonable, renewable green energy source for all McLean County facilities, and I so move.
Motion by Chair Lehman, second by Member Byrne. Comments or questions? Member Erickson.
Mr. Chairman, I understand that this agenda item was on the stand-up meeting minutes as item A1A. Can someone let me know what the committee decided and what options they picked, so I know what we're voting on?
Sure. Anybody want to respond in committee?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So,
Thank you.
in committee, the Property Committee voted unanimously to move forward on the item. If you take a look on the fully bundled pricing for the energy side, it's the one that's circled on your page. It should be the last available option, where you see supplier, standard pricing, green pricing. It'll be the bottom one. That was a total green pricing of are we at liberty to say that out loud in this meeting? Okay, thank you. The solution was 0.08169. That was the selected option.
Member Erickson?
Yeah, so as I understand that, then on page 120 of our packet, then there were two options: the lowest responsible bid for traditional energy or renewable green energy bid. Is that correct?
Yes, you may respond.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Okay.
And so the committee voted to move forward with the lowest responsible renewable green energy bid.
Okay, do we know what the price difference is between the two? I know we're seeing that, but do we know what the overall price difference would be on a per year basis?
If
Okay,
it pleases
all
the
right.
chairman, I'd be
Yes.
happy to respond.
Yes, please do.
So we have in our fully bundled pricing, the difference between standard pricing is 0.07796 and green pricing is 0.08169. Compared to our current agreement, which would be our current pricing that we have, this would be an additional cost of $41,776 to our budget. I will remind the board that we are currently utilizing green energy.
So if we chose the standard pricing, the cost would be $142,576, and if we choose the green pricing, it's $184,352.
That is correct.
All right, thank you.
Are there any other questions or discussion? Member Lehman?
I did just want to give some additional context when we're taking a look at these available options. So the green pricing piece, though you identified the differentiation in the cost, we did just pass in the consent agenda the gas price, which actually came in about, I think we said $40,000 to $50,000 lower than this past year. So that would actually be a wash when you take a look at what the most reasonable renewable green pricing would be. Also, as McLean County, we're the leader in green energy production in the state of Illinois. So it definitely seems like a great way to really promote and to support one of our key functions in the business and the energy creation space. So I'm definitely proud that we passed Green Energy Solution in our previous contract, and I'm excited to go forward and to pass a Green Energy Solution yet again and be a great role model for the rest of the state and support an endeavor that we have put a lot of resources, a lot of time, and actually created a lot of jobs with.
Okay, thank you. Member Erickson.
I just want to indicate I'll be voting no. It still is a $41,000 difference, and that's something that the taxpayer will pick up, and in my view, that's unnecessary. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, I will go ahead then and call the question. All in favor, please say aye. And opposed?
No.
We have 2 no registered member. No, 3. 3. Member Went, vote. Okay. So 17 or 16 ayes and 3 noes, and the motion has passed. Thank you.
So the Property Committee has no other items to be presented for action or for information. Additional info can be found in our meeting minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll go on to the report of Land Use and Development Committee. Chair Klein.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. The Land Use and Development Committee had all of our items handled in the consent agenda, so we have nothing else to be presented for action. Our general report minutes can be found on the page 24 to 26 of the packet, and I'll be happy to entertain any questions if anyone has any.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go on to the report of Transportation Committee. Chair Rogel.
Yes, Transportation Committee has one item for action, 7G1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Leroy as amended. So move.
Motion by Chairman Rogel, second by Member Johnston. You all should have in front of you the amendment when it was sent out. It was emailed out as well, but it was not in the packet as such, so Mr. Sierra just handed it to you so that you all have it in front of you. I think you should have been exposed to it with your email as well. And so at this time, I'll take any motion.
Yep.
And a second. So let's go with your comments.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. I just wanted to address the board and let them know that the version, the red line version that you have before you that Mr. Sierra passed out is the version that the City of Leroy approved at their council meeting.
Yes, you all saw that. Any other comments? Questions? Hearing none, I'll call a question. All in favor, please say aye. And opposed? And the motion has passed.
Transportation Committee has no other items for action. Our general report can be found on pages 2 through 4 of the unapproved minutes.
Okay, thank you. I want to point out that that was an item that was chaired to a date certain. Therefore, the amendment resolution was voted. We don't have to go back and vote on the original one at that time. So that's just procedure as used. Thank you. Let's go on to the report of County Administrator, Ms. Taylor.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. I have no items to present for action to the board, but I would like to present a couple of items for information. The first is a reminder of our meetings next month. They will be doing renovations of the dais in this room, and so all of our committees will be held in room 404. And also our board meeting, our full board meeting next month in August will be held at the McLean County History Museum. It's going to be like a throwback Thursday on that evening because the board used to meet back in the 80s in the courtroom uh, in the History Museum, and so that's where we'll be holding it in August. My second comment is that if you have not completed your picture for the composite for the board, please see Amy Baker in HR. She is actually set up right now in the basement, if you so choose to get your picture taken tonight. But if not tonight, please see her as soon as possible so we can get that picture up on the wall.
This is long overdue, folks. We need to get this done. It's a large picture, goes in the hallway. I know all of you look great tonight. I wouldn't worry about it. You just need to get the picture, get downstairs after the meeting. Amy has taken the time to set up and do this for us each time. We just need to get it done. So remind each other. I would say please, please, please do it if we can and get it done. Appreciate it. Okay, do you have anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, we'll go on then to appearances by members of the public and county employees in reference to an item not on the agenda. I'd like to welcome Ms. Katie Buckley, who is the acting, thank you, Katie, Director of McLean County University of Illinois Extension Board, and she will be speaking on behalf of the Extension Board, so she is allowed by Rule 5 minutes to speak. Welcome, Katie.
All right,
You have the floor.
Thank you so much. Like Chairman McIntyre said, my name is Katie Buckley. I am the Acting County Director for Livingston, McLean, and Woodford counties with the University of Illinois Extension Office. I also serve as the 4-H Youth Development Educator for McLean County as well. I've just got a couple talking points I want to go over with you just to give you an update on what's going on in Extension. In our Master Gardeners program here in McLean County, we currently have 82 active volunteers working on projects in Sarah's Garden, the Illinois Art Station, the Herb Garden at ISU Horticulture Center, the Refuge Food Forest in North Normal, and the Pollinator Garden at our Extension office. Youth projects that they're involved in are the Holton Home, Children's Discovery Museum, Unity Community Center, Bloomington Junior High School, and Leroy School Garden Club. They currently have 16 presentations in their speaker series that go out to groups, libraries, and garden events. They have a Master Gardeners table set up weekly at the Bloomington Farmers Market and Downs Farmers Market, so if you're in that area, I highly recommend you check them out. They also host a help desk in our office, answering questions in regards to gardening. Coming up this fall, we'll have a hybrid Master Gardener training running from September 12th to December 5th. If you're interested, please reach out. As far as youth programming goes for our horticulture department, we have 47 clover buds, which are young 4-H members involved in our Little Roots program. That's 1,100 statewide youth involved in this program that was developed in McLean County. We have 97 community gardens for our Giving Gardens program that was created to provide fresh vegetables and flowers to local community members that may not have access. And there's currently summer programming going on at Unity Community Center as well, and Trinity Lutheran Church and Western Avenue. For our local food small farms, there are currently 69 master naturalists. Nick has a lot of programs going on in the food forest located in North Normal. If you haven't had an opportunity to check it out, I highly recommend it. It's just a neat place to see some fruit trees and fruit bushes growing out there. He's got several programs going on out there this late summer, early fall. July 26th, he's got an elderberry walk. August 9th, a black currant walk, and they're gonna try their hand at black currant salad dressing and ice cream. September 14th is the incredible edible native pawpaw. And then September 27th is a talk on chestnuts. Nick is also working on a Trinity Lutheran Day Camp out at the forest, and that's going to take place July 24th, so coming up real soon. Out at Unity Community Center, they've hosted 6 camps this summer with community partners. Registration will open soon for the 2023-2024 school year, and their next food distribution out of Unity Community Center will take place next Tuesday, July 18th. And then last but not least, 4-H. As far as programming goes this summer, we have been working with Raider Farms at Baby Animal Days, where we invited 4-H members to volunteer alongside us. We did homemade ice cream in a bag, and then our 4-H members helped with livestock out there. We hosted 2 workshops for Trinity Lutheran's Youth Summer Program. One was at Raider Farms, and one was on space, so they got to experience a mobile star lab. I presented to pre-service teachers enrolled in the Golden Apple Scholars Program at Wesleyan University. Our current numbers, which everybody is always interested in, we have 68 clubs in McLean County. We have 975 youth ages 5 to 18 enrolled in 4-H, and we have 114 screened volunteers. And then the biggest part, the McLean County 4-H show coming up July 26th through the 30th. Currently, we have 585 exhibitors exhibiting 4,012 projects, and that includes general projects as well as livestock. I'd like to invite all of you to the McLean County 4-H show, again, July 26th through the 30th. Please mark your calendars. You can see exhibits in Cloverleaf Hall, also known as the West Expo, the Mini Expo, and all of the livestock buildings. I've also included at your seats our annual report. Please take a look at that. If you have any questions, all of our contact information is in there. Feel free to reach out. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Thank you very much, Ms. Buckley. Other business and communication, anyone? Well, I wrote down a few comments, and these are just coming from me personally. They have nothing to do in reference to any single person on this board, just for all of us. Just some reminders. We're all leaders who are elected by our constituents. Our leadership should include humility and being humble, listening to others so that we get a better understanding of the issues. Always difficult sometimes for us to listen to other sides, and so it's a good thing for us to do. Civility towards one another on this board. I want to compliment all of you for the job that you've done so far with that. Respect for our employees and for our department heads, whether you agree sometimes or not with all they do. They have a tough job, and just respect for them as well. That's basically all that I really wanted to say on that. Don't forget the fair. Who wouldn't want to go to the fair? It's always nice. The 26th of July is coming up. Appreciate that. I really don't have anything else. If anybody else does, otherwise, be kind to yourself and each other, and the meeting's adjourned.